So I'm sure all of us have friends, right? Friends are very important. It's kind of like your lifeline to the world. Without friends, I feel like I'm in like solitary confinement and I'm going to go crazy with no one to talk to. But friendship is also like any other relationship. It takes work. You can't just assume that with no work, you're still going to have a good friendship. So I agree with the quote, friendship is a plant we must often water. Some points I'm going to talk to you about today is how hard it is to actually find a true friend. I mean, we all have acquaintances, but it's very rare to have like a lot of true, real friends. Also, like what a good friendship actually is, what it takes to be a good friend, and how easy it is to lose a friendship if you stop working at it. So to find a true friend is very difficult. For an example, I thought I had a true friend. I knew her for years. We were great friends, but then, you know, when push comes to shove, she wasn't there for me. She wasn't, not only was she not there, she also, like, really backstabbed me. I got kicked out of my house for having an attitude at 18, so I took all the money I had that I had saved, like $500, and moved into her house. Her parents were totally chill with it. 2 weeks later, she had taken all my money and kicked me out. Like, what kind of friend that you've known for 5 years does that to you? So I went home, you know, tail between my legs, and was like, sorry, parents. So that wasn't a true friend, and I still don't talk to her because, you know, how can you trust someone after they do that to you? A good friendship. A good friend is there for you when you're having the time of your life on the high, and then also there for you when you're hit rock bottom and don't know what to do. An example is, I was in a relationship for 3 years with someone I thought I loved, and then one day, he left, out of nowhere, right? I had no friends, because I had, like, let them all go, because I was, like, in a relationship, whatever. Mistake, don't do that. So, I had no one, and this girl that I had worked with for, like, a month, and we were, like, you know, friends at work. I didn't call her, like, when I didn't need to, like, come into work. So she was there for me the entire time. Like when I cried on my lunch break, she would sit next to me, talk to me. That's what a good friend does. And now we're best friends. I just went to San Francisco with her. 8-hour car trip, girls. Damn. That's all I have to say. But she's a great friend. She was there for me when I hit my low and rode the high with me in San Francisco in those hills. God. It's so easy to lose a friendship. Because if you stop caring, you stop watering your plant, it's going to die. Like, no one's going to want to be there for you if you don't want to be there for them. It's like a give and take. You can't always just take, you have to give. Give them a little water, and they'll give you a little water. And your friendship will always blossom. I think it's very important that we all look at friendships just like relationships. You have to put work into it, or your plant's going to die. So, water your friendships, guys. They're very important.
All right, Rozie, I think you did most things really well. I thought that your attention device was okay. The transition to the topic was excellent. You had a really good preview of what the contents were going to be. When you get to the supporting material, you did a pretty good job. I'm not sure that the first example that you had really fit the point that you laid out as your first point, but it was a good story, and it relates to the subject matter. I thought the second and the third points did a little bit better job fitting in with the structure that you'd set up in the preview. You've got a little bit of a low energy level, but there's a lot of variety in your tone. You just probably have a kind of a quiet voice. We were just talking to Joseph a minute ago. He's also got one of those kind of quiet voices sort of things. So, but you do some of the things that help compensate. So you've got some inflection here, and you can get a little bit of tone in your voice also. It's not like there's no variety, but you pick it out at the right spots, and I thought you got some good humor into the presentation as a consequence. You've got lots of indicators while you're speaking. You do have the page in your hand, but it's not a big distraction. You keep it pretty small, and you don't really treat it as if it's something to hold in front of you and hide behind. I thought that you had very expressive ways of communicating with your facial expressions. You told us when something was supposed to be funny, or when something was frustrating, or when something is, no, this is just too wonderful to even talk about the details on. You'll just have to guess what it was that we did up in San Francisco. I thought that you were pretty responsive to the feedback that you got from the audience, and the summary and exit were pretty solid. So I thought you did a good job most of the way around. All right. And Elena B. is not with us, so Lynette is going to be our last speaker.